Thank you for your kind introduction. Frankly, I was very impressed this afternoon by all the presentations that have been made, particularly the conclusions from, I'm sorry for the names, the person from Ariana, just now the Calcutta presentation, and the Secretary General from ISGF as well, and many other presentations that show that in India there is a very strong knowledge, there are high-level skills, and also the willingness to move forward, and that's very impressive coming from Europe. I would say what was very also obvious is the financing problems that was stressed in the afternoon, and also the question of the implementation, and which I would like to comment by using a few slides. It will be very short because it's late, but with other partners, I made a study with a feedback of about 10 projects worldwide, smart grids projects in emerging countries. And it's very interesting to see how we can use these conclusions for our own improvement in terms of project development, both in Europe and in India. This is, yes, my new company that I created after leaving EDF because I'm retired now. Yes, there are many substantial programs and a lot of interest everywhere in the world for implementing smart grids and functionalities. So one of the immediate concern is to avoid implementation of technologies that do not fit with the needs. So first is to identify the needs and the functionalities that are needed, and then offer a solution with smart grids. And that's a very logical approach, but that's not always the case. Now, I will go quickly on the main outcomes, maybe this one. Yes, smart grids are not a universal solution, but partial improvement in each domain. And real analysis of the needs is very important rather than taking the last technology temptation, and that occurs very often. And also, it's important to use the strengths, and in particular, the low cost and the good quality GSM networks when it exists. Let's go directly to this scheme. This is a representation of the main functionalities that several utilities have to achieve from, and with two axes. One is customer management and the other is quality of supply. And it goes from blackout control and to RES integration, to customer database, to cash recovery, and so on. So these are the very important functionalities, and any utility has to define its priorities. And then, okay, I have a problem there. I'm sorry. There is a blackout there. And then you define the tools that you can use to implement this. Yes, thank you. No. Yes, to implement these functionalities. And these tools are GIS, CIS, SCADA, smart meters, prepayment. A lot of them have been described very properly this afternoon. But these tools have to be invested for in terms of priority. The utility, the DSO, has to make his own choices and not be dependent on others' advice. So this was done for a 10 cases around the world, and this is a feedback. And to finish, the risk of a poor implementation is a lack of integration into the existing system. And new systems also must be installed and should take into account the necessary progressivity of solutions. And we have to keep in mind that an investment of network will remain for 10, 20, 30 years. So new systems are not designed using equipment manufacturers' products, which not always fit with local needs, and also the limited evolution of skills which does not follow the evolution of technology. And on the other hand, what are the key factors of success? So an audit, and one of the speaker made it clear that an audit was very necessary before launching a project, and define areas of improvement, define conditions of evaluation of the results, strengthen the local management, develop training program beside the equipment project, define the content and monitor the project, and finally sustain cultural change during several months and perhaps many years. So that was my point. Thank you very much.